What's good, y'all, man? We back again with another video. Y'all know I had to talk about this. I had to talk about the game from yesterday from my Cavs. We faced the Celtics. It was a really good game. Probably the game of the season so far. Really action packed throughout the whole game. We had some huge performances from both sides, and we even got an overtime out of it. It was a really fun overtime. So y'all know I had to talk about it. So let's just get straight into it. Before the game, I tweeted out that we might not score 100 points. Now, I don't know why I tweeted that. I mean, I guess I kind of do. I just feel like we've been really good because Donovan has been just amazing. But then you look at the Celtics lineup, they can switch damn near everything for Donovan. You start off with Marcus Smart on you, then you get Jaylen Brown on you, then you get Jason Tatum on you, then you get Derek White on you. Like, they can switch through everything. And I was like, okay, so if they stop him, they kind of stop all the other guys, because once Donovan gets going, that's when he's able to pass out and make and create for others and help others get going. But if he can't get going, we're stagnant, and we've seen that in past games. Like last game, at points we were stagnant. That's why the Magic were so close to us, and that's why they almost came back. But then Donovan started getting going at the end, and Evan Mobley started getting going. So I felt like if Donovan was never able to get going yesterday, we were fucked. We were fucked. But he got going from the jump. I'm not gonna lie. First of all, we jumped out on them. It was like 20-9, and then they ended up coming back, hit a buzzer beater in the first quarter, and I was like, "Yep, that's the shot that they hit that just takes them over the hump." And it kind of did, because in that third quarter they scored. Second quarter they scored 41 points in that second quarter, and then they were up by like at least 15 going into halftime. I damn near didn't even want to turn the game on because we're not coming back. Like, this is the Eastern Conference champions, bro. We're not coming back. But we ended up coming back. We was going on a run, and the run was because of Donovan Mitchell. He took over. And then Karis LeVert in the third quarter took over. And then in the fourth quarter, they were both going crazy. And Jaylen Brown kind of kept them in the game in the fourth quarter. But we kind of controlled that fourth quarter, and we was kind of stopping Jason Tatum, who went crazy in the first half. And then we ended up tying the game. Jared Allen, if he would have made that free throw, you would have won the game right there. But luckily, nobody got hurt in overtime. And then in overtime, Donovan Mitchell and Karis LeVert just took over. Karis LeVert back-to-back threes, 1 3. Donovan Mitchell a 3 off the jump, then a mid-range off the jump. Like, we were super dominant, and Jason Tatum could not get going. But to go into the games from our top two players, I want to start off with Karis, and this is a big reason why I want to start off with Karis, because I don't think people realize how big Karis is for us, because they seen what he was last season, and they don't understand that when he got to us, he was hurt. He was hurt. He missed the first 2 weeks, and then when you look at him playing with us, he only played 15 games with us. So you're not going to get time to gel with Evan Mobley, even though he played with Jared Allen before. This is a whole new Jared Allen. This is not just pick and roll Jared Allen. This is pick and roll. What the? Even though he played with Jared Allen, this is a whole new Jared Allen. Jared Allen back then was just a pick and roll guy, and even then, he was a really good finisher on the pick and roll. But now he can finish on the pick and roll. He can go out for the lob, and he's even good in the paint, so you can even throw him the ball down in the paint. So they didn't get time to gel last season. Even him and Kevin Love. Kevin Love was a huge part of our bench last year, and Karis came off the bench for a lot last year, and they didn't even get time to gel. So Karis never really got time to gel. But you seen yesterday, Karis is starting to understand how we play. He's starting to understand where Jared Allen and where Evan Mobley wants the ball at. And that opens the game up for him, because in the pick and roll, like I stated in my Karis LeVert video that I dropped, I believe, a year ago, Karis LeVert in the pick and roll is one of the hardest things to stop in the NBA, because he can just kill you in so many ways. He's a mid-range specialist. He's a mid-range specialist, and when it comes to pick and roll, he's one of those guys that's able to probe off the defender, and he's able to be patient enough to wait for the big to get open or to throw the lob to the big. And he's been doing that this whole season so far. So I'm seeing him starting to get comfortable in his ways, and I'm also seeing him healthy. This is his first offseason, I believe, since like 2018, since he's been healthy. So I can see him working on his game. And yesterday, this is the first time he looked like he felt comfortable in our offense, where he felt comfortable to go get his own buckets. Like, Karis, while he was with us, there was a lot of forced shots shooting over people, a lot of difficult shots. Yesterday, Karis was just getting in his bag, creating so much space on Jaylen Brown. He was killing Jaylen Brown. He was going after Jaylen Brown. Even at times, I was like, don't do that, don't do that. But then them Jaylen Brown overrated defender allegations, it was like pretty high yesterday because he was dogging Jaylen Brown. And then he even got on the Malcolm Brogdon, hit 2-and-1 threes in front of Malcolm Brogdon. His shot was looking amazing yesterday. And I'm not, because Karras goes crazy in the TD Garden. I don't know if you know, he dropped his 50 ball. I think that's his career high in the TD Garden. This is not just a TD Garden thing. Like, Karras looks back. Yesterday just proved it to me. Like, he looks so comfortable now. And if he's comfortable, that can take us to the next level. Because like I said in my previous cast video, we were so heavy reliant on Darius. But now that we have Donovan, who's just going to be Donovan, we'll talk about him later. And then Karras, who's comfortable in our offense now, that could take us to the next level. And then on defense, he was locking down. Of course, Jaylen Brown's all-star talent. He's going to get his buckets, of course. But Karras was sticking some really good defense on Jaylen Brown, even Jason Tatum. I think he finished with 1 block and a couple steals yesterday. And just not on the stat sheet. Like, he was really sticking some really good defense. And he even got the game-saving steal on Jason Tatum in that overtime. So, if he's doing that, man, we can be crazy. We can be really scary to stop because you got to stop Darius, who's an engine in himself, and you got to stop Donovan, who, like, we know, like, I'll talk about Donovan later, but we are a top 6 offense because of Donovan. Like, our offense last year, even with Darius, we was like around 12. But like, you bring Donovan, and I think I underrated this thing with Donovan when I called him overrated in one of my YouTube shorts. The nigga is a top 5 offense by himself, and I definitely underrated that because shit, we look amazing, bro. So if Karras is like this, I'll talk about that at the end. Now with Donovan is kind of like proving me wrong, like really bad. And he's still doing a lot of stuff that he did in the Utah Jazz jersey, but like seeing it with way better offensive talent around him, now I'm starting to understand why I kind of underrated him. Like, I never really seen his playmaking as something that was really good. That's just because he didn't really have that much talent around him. But now you're playing next to 2 bigs that can actually finish around the rim, that are comfortable with finishing around the rim, that are not scared to finish around the rim. And now I'm seeing him running a pick and roll, and he's passing it to those bigs, making these tight inside pocket passes to those bigs. Like, his playmaking is really good, and I want to see if I can find this highlight. But he had this one pass, I believe it was to Kevin Love in the corner. And I've seen Donovan do this before, but just how he's able to stay in the air for so long. He was driving to the basket to his right. And you know Donovan Mitchell being who he is, he's going to gather a lot of defenders. So I believe there was 2 people on him, and somebody had left Kevin Love or Cedi Osman in the corner, and he was able to go under the rim, stay in the air for so long, he just whipped the pass over there to the corner with his right hand. And it ended in a bucket, but like shit like that shit like, okay, I kind of underrated his playmaking, bro. He's been really elite as far as playmaking with us. I think he's averaging 8 assists, and then on scoring, like, he just knows when we need him. He started off on fire because against a team like that can just make a run at any time, you need a person like that. He started off on fire. In that third quarter, we needed a comeback, and he dominated Marcus Smart. And on the other side of the ball, we were getting those steals, and who was running out on the fast break? It was him. And then he had the one play that just sparked the run altogether, dunking on 7'1" Luke Cornett, and when he's 6'1", his bounce for a 6'1" person is crazy. It's crazy to see. And I'm loving that he's on my team, man. I can't lie. I was kind of skeptical about the move at first because, like I told you, I love Colin Sexton, but shit, bro. Donovan taking us to that next level to where, like, when looking at the contenders in the East, you gotta name us. You have to. When you have a person like that, that's in a perfect situation, because I don't think a lot of people realize. In my Donovan Mitchell overrated video, which is something I didn't really say, but I kind of hinted at it a lot if you actually listen, he was overrated, but he was also put in a very bad situation where he was just by himself on one side of the ball. But now that he's in a situation where it fits him like a fucking condom, where we don't need him to be an elite defender, we just need you to guard. But we need you to score, and we need you to also be an offensive engine, and that's what he is. And now you're seeing us. We are a dominant team We're 6 in offense. We're 3 in defense. Our overall net rating, we're number 1. We're second seed in the East. I know 5 games don't really matter, but like, yo, we are legit. And when it comes to a team that we can be in the East, only team I'm scared of is the Bucks. Cause like Giannis said, yeah, we can't stop Giannis. I'm thinking anybody can stop Giannis. I still think the Celtics will beat us, but I'm not scared of that matchup. I think that's a series. I think we beat the 76ers pretty easily. 6 games. I think we can beat them. I'm playoff Jimmy. I don't give a. We're beating them. Nets, same thing. They're out there running 4 versus 5. We'll beat them pretty easily. But the only team I'm scared of is the Bucks and the Celtics. In the East. Because, like, yo, we haven't even seen Darius Garland. And I did all this video. Let me talk about our depth, something that people don't give us credit for. Dean Wade, go and watch, not Tatum highlights, go and watch Tatum film and the shots that he was putting up from, I believe, the mid part of the third quarter to the end of the overtime. Watch how good of a defender Dean Wade is. He doesn't foul like that, even though he fouls guards. He doesn't foul forwards. He was clamping Tatum up. Same thing with Karras. Like I told y'all, Karras was clamping Jaylen Brown at a certain point. Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, I didn't talk about y'all, but y'all were dominant yesterday. When we had the double big lineup, that's when we made our runs. And that's when we started off 120-9. And then Evan Mobley, I was kind of skeptical and scared how he looked the first 2 games, but I didn't realize he didn't play preseason. So those first 2 games was his preseason basically. But after that, he's been amazing. Yesterday, he just had 19-12, had a very clutch block yesterday. And Kevin Love, he hasn't really reached his stride yet, but he's still hitting his costly threes. That kind of kills the other team's momentum. He drew a charge yesterday. I love that. Raul Neto, I actually love him as a backup point guard because he just touches the paint so easily. And as a backup point guard, that's what we need. He's a really good passer. Isaac Coro, get him off my team. Well, I don't know why we're playing him over Lamar Stevens, but like, yo, this nigga looks the same from year 1. And why are we so patient with him? I don't know. He's 22, I get it, but like, yo, you see our team, we're ready to win now. That nigga is gonna hurt us because he can't shoot. He's a 0 on offense, and his defense it hasn't even looked good. We haven't played Rolo in the last 2 games. That's because the matchups for him wouldn't be good for him because like we've been facing a lot of fast-paced teams, a lot of small ball lineup. But he was even good in his first 2 games when he played with us. So we got a lot of depth, and shout out to JB because our offense looks amazing. That's one thing I critiqued him about a lot is because the offense just never looked that good to me. But man, we ready. And once we get Darius back, we're able to give Donovan some rest so he doesn't have to go out there and drop 32 from us. Because like it's cool that he's doing that, but once we have our full healthy team, I don't think he's going to be still doing that. And that's what I don't want. I don't want him to go out there and average 32 because we see him average some big numbers and then see them get tired in the playoffs. We want Donovan ready for the playoffs because we all know Donovan is an all-time playoff performer. So that's it for this video, man. I got a couple more videos coming out today. Some videos that I haven't did in a long time. So I'll see y'all then. Peace out.